8 months ago, I embarked on a journey to achieve the unthinkable. Speedrunning a maxscape in old school RuneScape. And along the way I learned new methods, overcame obstacles and had a lot of fun, but today the journey is coming to an end. I present to you the final installment of the maxscape speedrun series. After 7 days, 4 hours and 13 minutes, I decided to log in again when I got the word that the competition had caught up. Of course, right away I geared for a run for the tree checking skill, collected a handsome amount of farming XP, should only be a couple more runs until we get 99 farming, and then I logged out again. The next day I went back to the Holy Land called the Quarry to work on some mining. I actually forgot to bring my Infernal pickaxe, and when gearing I already was thinking, something seems off, I feel like something is missing. So I put the water rune there just to fill out my inventory, but I guess we get some extra fire making XP along the way. So, quick reminder of which skills I still need to finish before I can claim the red cape. 1 level cooking, farming and fire making, then a couple levels mining, still need to do ranged, and also 1 level of smithing. However, smithing got me a little bit concerned. The plan was to finish it right before mining with the help of the Infernal pickaxe, but when calculating the smithing XP that I would get for mining, I used a ratio that was on Temple, 0.08. But that ratio was slightly off and it was actually 0.077 smithing XP per 1 mining XP. And on top of that I forgot to recharge my pickaxe a couple minutes a few times, and it felt like I was just getting unlucky with smithing XP in general. So there is a chance that I need to do like 2 minutes of smithing after I get 99 mining. And I think boosting for rune plate bodies might be a bit faster than having to do a minigame teleport, then fight my ice gloves and goldsmithing gauntlets and do like 3 laps of blast furnace. Yup, after running the numbers I will have to do some smithing outside of mining, because with the 2.8 million mining XP I have left, on average I will get 216k smithing XP. So I'm gonna be like 5 or 6k short at the end. But we need to get some more mining out of the way first. Who knows, I might get good RNG and still finish smithing, although it seems unlikely at this point. $97 mining. I also got a dunce random and my smithing XP has been terrible again, under 9.1k even now, and I think the average should be around 9.5k XP per hour. So maybe if I get lucky with the amount of genies and dunces, I can get the missing smithing XP that way. And 98 mining. Trading over a couple things for after mining actually needed some GP because I only have like 1.7 mil in my bank, and it would be kinda embarrassing if I couldn't afford the maxscape. And also some gold ore and nature runes to finish smithing 0 time during the last farm run. But I think it's time to go somewhere else in the desert now. Let's pay a visit to the bestest of boys, the big crocodile Zebek. Before we can gain some juicy range XP, we have to complete the path of Cadeus first. A relatively simple puzzle room that you can clear in 32 seconds soloing, or in a coordinated team. But since I'm bringing 4 accounts in myself and I have 2 friends, Baloo and Like, helping me with 2 accounts each, it's not gonna be very viable to complete this room very fast. The goal is to carry the water containers from the waterfalls to the tree in the middle. However, after a short while there will be crocodiles that spawn in the room, and they will attack the tree and making the number go down. And in solo you can just deliver 2 bowls of water before the crocodile can reach the tree. But since we can't control all of our accounts perfectly at the same time, we need to block the crocodiles in each corner so we can get the tree up slowly. But as you can see, that didn't go that well the first time. That is why I wanted to do some test runs first. And the second time already going a lot better, but then I wanted to heal myself with heal other, but I was slightly out of range, so my ult got dragged and released the crocodile stack. Maybe next time. Okay, now it's time to bring the speedrun account as well. And I forgot to imbue my Archer's ring at first, but then I remembered that you can just take the imbue scroll from the PvP arena and remove that from the item that's currently imbued, and they can use it again on another item. So I yoinked it from the black mask and imbued my ring. And on the third attempt I brought the speedrun account and AFK'd it for the puzzle room, as logging out for a couple minutes resulted in me getting kicked from the raid earlier while testing, so I wasn't really sure how that mechanic worked, so I just kept the speedrun account logged in. But we managed to complete the path in just under 5 minutes, with only 3 accounts running. And now onto the boss. At the start it was a bit scuffed, as none of us had done this before, so it took a couple minutes to get the specking cycle down. But as you can see, the XP drops are looking quite handsome. And some of you already knew about this method, but for you guys who have no idea how and why I'm getting 5k XP drops, let me explain. To pull this off, I'm using max range gear with a Zorite crossbow. This weapon is the newest crossbow in OSRS, and it has a special effect that increases the special bolt effects by 10%. So I can hit a 110 instead of a 100 with ruby bolts. And on top of that, it has a special attack that costs 75% that guarantees a bolt effect if you rolled a successful hit. I still have a 28% chance to hit a 0 though with my specs. But hitting a 110 would normally result in 440 range XP. So why I'm getting 8 times the XP drop then? Some monsters in this game have an XP multiplier. Certain Slayer monsters or quest bosses for the most part. But for some reason Zebek has an XP multiplier that scales like crazy when you scale up the raid. We are doing a 575 invocation with 8 accounts for the maximum XP multiplier. 575 is using all the invocations possible, except for the one that limits your lives in the raid. Because the way that we are getting our special attack back is by dying. And after doing 8 special attacks, I just let myself die while shooting some bolts for sometimes an extra ruby bolt proc. And when all our accounts are dead, the room is reset and Zebek is at full HP again. That way we never have to deal with any special attacks from the boss. And we also can't kill it. So I can just stay here for 6 hours if needed. First range level coming in, that is 94 ranged. To me it makes no sense why this boss has an 840% XP bonus per damage dealt. It seems like so much. And you can also do this method with Dragon Claws for 1.4 mil melee XP per hour. It's a little bit more difficult since you need to step out of melee distance, but that's still so insane. Oh, and just using the Osmund's Fang is 500 or 600k an hour. While I am shooting up Zebek in the background, I want to tell you guys a little story about Jagex and combat experience. In 2019 there was a player called One Defense who came up with a method to get over 1 mil strength XP per hour using the Crystal Halberd. They were making use of the heal group spell to heal all the accounts that were getting attacked. After setting pretty much all the records for strength and defense, he released the method to the public and Jagex hotfixed this literally the next day. Now you can only hit up to 3 targets with the halberds in PvP. Later they also nerfed the heal group spell. Jagex even said, this is to prevent players from achieving unintentionally high XP rates. Well, I would say Zebek is also pretty unintentional and pretty high XP rates. But we move on. And already another range level, 97. This method is actually pretty easy now. The way we're doing it is that I'm going in first on the speedrun account and then 3 alts. This works out perfectly since it takes a while for Zebek to do his first attack, so I always get my specs off before the alts die. Then Baloo enters the room and spec transfers twice. And lastly, Like does the final 2 and I keep shooting bolts if his accounts don't die quick enough. Ideally, he has a locator orb to quickly kill his accounts. But sometimes I can get a free ruby bolt spec at the end. And I don't think it's hurting the XP rates by that much. And we're already getting over 1.5 mil range XP per hour, so I'm already happy. But I think if you have a really coordinated specking team, you can get even higher XP per hour, maybe even up to 2 mil. However, I wouldn't be surprised if the multiplier from Zebek got nerfed like the next week after JCWO and I release our final videos. This was actually pretty fun to do, but it felt kind of private servery with all the 5k XP drops flying around. Only a couple bolts more. And there is 99 ranged. And I think it's time now to wrap this up and finish our final 99s and go get our max cape. First up is mining. We have spent more than enough time here now. Also, I got all the last 5 99s in one stream, and even when I was hours away, people already showed up, and that was really cool to see, and it got even more insane later on. And also, the smithing XP actually kinda turned around. It's pretty good right now. And I'm only 1k away from getting 99. But without further ado, here is 99 mining. Of course, no time to party. On to farming and smithing. And because this is the last farm run, I don't have to bring any saplings or farming tools with me, so I can just check the trees and have a lot of inventory space for gold ore. Do you think anyone has ever gotten 99 smithing during a farm run? I don't think so, but here we are. And our last farming stop, the Cadeus. There we go, 99 farming as well. Kinda close with farming, but we managed to pull it off on the final day. That just leaves fire making and cooking, and of course the best way when having those two left is to show off my clicks with Fireborn. I actually haven't done this method for like 4 months, so the rates were actually quite bad. But hey, it's better than doing them separately, and I only needed to do it for 20 minutes anyway. But it's so much fun, man. And just look at the minimap, man. I love you guys. And that is the second to last 99 done. Fire making. Now we just need to finish the last bit of cooking. It's like 500k XP, so it shouldn't take too long. And let's take this party over to Burthorpe. And this is where shit started to get real crazy. I mean, just look at all the chaos. People casting the bloom spell with the sickle, all the emotes flying all over the place, random events blocking the banker and whatnot. And actually the world started to lag as well at some point during this. I had such a blast on this stream and this whole series in general, but we are now on the last inventory to max total. And there it is, the final 99 and 2277 total. God, that feels good. Now I have to quickly make my way over to the Warriors Guild before everyone else does and I get blocked on the door. Yeah, too late, time to hop worlds. Now on the island to buy the cape. Man, that looks good. And now for the final step to finish the speedrun, check our playtime at hands for the accurate playtime. And I didn't see his sneaky ass there in the corner, so we went for a little victory lap. And now, the moment you have all been waiting for. 32 days, 3 hours and 3 minutes is the final time of the speedrun. And calculating that to hours, that is 771. Completely demolishing the 840 hour goal I've set myself. And I don't think JCW has a chance to beat this time. Back when we started Slayer, we leaked our playtime to each other. And the difference was around 19 hours back then. So it was all up to Slayer for him to close the gap. Since mining is just mining, kinda hard to gain more than like 1 hour there. So if I had to guess his playtime, I would say definitely he got a sub 800, since I'm kind of blown away that I almost got a sub 770. But is he within 24 hours from me? Yeah, I think so. But he's safe by not that much, so between 21 and 24 hours is my guess. And of course, shout out to JCW. The race between us for the fastest time made this definitely, like, really enjoyable. And I will address the final cost along with some other things in a separate video. So yeah guys, there you have it. The Maxcape speedrun any percent has come to an end. With a record time of 32 days, 3 hours and 3 minutes. And of course I couldn't have done this without your support. So thank you for that. And GG's to JCW. During this battle we have become really good friends and you guys can expect to see more from us in the near future. Much love to everyone who went with us on this journey. Take care and see you soon.